Hi children, let's try to draw a still life with flowers, foliage and a glass. So first of all, fill the background and blend it. As you can see, very carefully up and down blending should be done using a cloth, or you can use tissue paper also. So in this leaves you can see I have used the colors, you can see, from lighter to darker tone gradually, and again blending process. Here gradually you can see the lighter tones. Now let me show you how to draw the foliages of the flower, means petals, starting from lighter tone, taking care. You can see the image, the light area and dark area. This is the light and dark area and a bit bluish in color, so very lightly with a certain angle, very carefully you have to use the color very carefully, and the peach color I am using over the sky blue, but very softly. Again on the next petal, while filling color on the background, first of all try to fill colors on the outline of the flowers, the glass, etc., to get the shape. Now gradually I'm using the light colors first, trying to fill sky blue color, leaving the white lines as it is very carefully. It will take time. Trying to maintain the angle of the strokes also. The inner area is darker than the outer area, so that's what I am trying actually. Here the petal goes lower and so many folds are there, so by observing carefully where is to leave light white, where is to darken, it's very important. Now it's getting dark, so instead of using purple I prefer a bit dark blue, cerulean blue over light blue to differentiate all the petals. Now to blend, use white with the pressure, the white area in the white areas, and a lighter pressure on the shaded areas. Process is very slow, as you have to do it very carefully. Pastel color you will not going to get sharp point, so you have to observe the tip of the color every time. While using white color, if you feel the tone is has came lighter, you have to use again, a bit dark color. You can see I'm using this time Prussian blue very lightly, just touching. Getting different tone is very important because it can only differentiate the volume also, the form and the shape of each petal, its movement, its folds. A bit of red to make it a bit purple, very lightly, just touching. Now over it white color to blend it and make it a lighter tone. White using for highlight. Now using my finger to blend, to soften the edges actually. Now come to the glass. Each part I'm trying to observe carefully. Where is white, where is light blue. So many colors are there. So I'm trying to achieve that one. The petal. Gradually I'm going to the darker area. Again using my finger. Now let's use the white to highlight in the area. Shades of blue I am using, lighter to darker, but as the petal is white in color, so I am using the color very softly, and repeatedly I am using white over it and blending it to make it softer. It's trying to omit the edges, sharp lines. Now glass, the background color also should visible. So as I have used orange on the background first, again I'm using over it inside the glass, and straight lines I am using very carefully. While applying colors, I'm repeatedly observing the drawing inside that is on the image. This image I have clicked by myself on my mobile at home. The brown color. I can see blue color, green color, brown color in certain areas. Transparency, showing transparent glass is a bit difficult, but if you observe carefully, at the base you can see I'm not dragging the orange up to the bottom. Okay, as the base it's visible through the glass, means the background is also visible. So I'm trying to achieve that one. And very small works are there. The stem and and few lines I'm using to justify the effect of the glass. I'm using black also, but very lightly, then blue, sky blue, dark blue, leaving white in certain areas for reflection. Here you can see using white, in the extreme light area. Randomly you have to observe the colors and use it. Blue lines on the background, as the background is a bit darker. It's not orange, it's brownish. So as I was not having yellow ochre color, so brown over orange and Prussian blue to make the background a bit more darker in shade. I'm not giving pressure on the blue and using very tiny strokes. Using gray this time on the base. Brown, just to balance the background with the foreground and try to blend. The background I have used upside down strokes, and on the base I am using left to right or right to left strokes, means horizontal and vertical. And green is, I can see, so sap green I have used over there in the background. Then blue also to get a darker tone, and later on I can use few more the base shadow. Now I'm trying to blend it. I'll use cloth starting from the background also, trying to minimize the strokes, means minimize the detail background and the foreground, as the main subject is the flower and the glass and leaves, means the flower vase. So background just to justify, not in detail. Randomly you have to use color and blend it, use in each area. Now white, and you can see I'm using black over here in the bottom. Blue and black, dark blue and black, leaving the white in the base to make it relief. In this area you have to observe carefully, and gradually I'm increasing the darkness, maintaining the reflection and transparency. I'm not giving any pressure on the color, just using softly and blending it. Again using color, again I will blend it. You can see I'm using black this time, and few lines. And brown color I have taken, and over it I am using again trying to maintain the drawing. Then I will blend it again. Repeatedly I am using color, again blending it. While blending, the color gets a bit lighter, so to get the depth and darkness you have to use colors repeatedly. Orange color I am using. Certainly, again I am blending it. To get a blur effect actually. Using white on the lighter area, and again I will blend it. Okay. Keep rotating your eyes every time so as to balance and get proper view that whatever you are trying to do is coming out or not. So again dealing with the background, checking small areas, again blending, and pencil shading. This is known as smudging. Let's draw the leaf and birds. Very carefully because very thin area is the dark green. Over it black I am using, Prussian blue, dark green and black. And on the lighter area I have used light green, lemon yellow and white also. It's varieties of tones I required, so I will try to achieve that one also, and I am trying it. You can see. Now come to the glass. I am using brown once again and red a bit. Green also. I'm making it colorful, and now the last blending it by applying a bit pressure on my finger. minimizing the strokes on the glass. You can see, I think I'm almost done. Let's have a closer look. Later on, just replace the sellotape to get a perfect border also. So in this way we can create, you know, transparent glass, light, dark, and different shades. As you can see, you can feel the colors that I have used on the petals, on the leaves. So that's it. Now let's try. I think it's fun, isn't it? So let's try.